Hi, Jim Wagner here, your self-defense instructor. And I'm here on Whistler Mountain in British Columbia, not too far from Vancouver, Canada. Now this is Whistler Village behind me. Very nice resort village, city that people come to for skiing and in the summertime for summer activities. However, what about if I run into a situation where I have to make a citizen's arrest, where maybe a shop owner was beaten and I can actually take down the bad guy with a couple other people? Well, what am I going to do to restrain him? Am I going to take off my belt or my shoelaces and restrain this guy? I don't think so. You got to keep hands on the bad guy. So what I do when I travel, in my change pocket, I always carry a few, 2 or 3 nylon cuffs. These are made of nylon. You stick it on them, pull it, the teeth only make it go in one direction and you can't take them off. The only way you're going to do it is cut it off. Now let's go inside the studio and do a little bit of demonstration on how you're going to use them. We're now in the reality-based personal protection school in British Columbia, Canada, and helping me today demonstrate the technique is Nick Serna.
Hi, I'm Nick Serna. I'm the reality-based personal protection director for Canada. I'm here helping Jim Wagner demonstrate the use of nylon flex cuffs.
All right, so I have a pair of nylon braided flex cuffs, and I'm going to demonstrate on Nick here. Turn around. Now obviously this is going to be on an uncooperative subject. You may have him on the ground, you may have him up against the wall, you may have 2 or 3 people holding him. But when you're finally ready to put on the restraints, basically it's just 2 hoops. You make sure you put it onto his hand and slip it over. All right? Now, you put it on the other hand, and again, just like you would handcuffs. Think of them like handcuffs. Now inside here is basically one-way teeth. You pull and it won't go back the other direction. You pull on the other side and it won't go back the other direction. Now, keep in mind that this could cut off his circulation if you do it too tight. You never want to do it too tight, because how's the only way I'm going to get this off? Well, you guessed it, you have to cut it off with a pair of scissors. So the last thing you want to do, cut off his circulation and say, oh no, I got to cut it off, especially if you don't have a second pair. So if I do go too tight and I do happen to have a second pair, now the good thing is these are black. Now this is the exact same type of nylon braided cuff, but they come in black. Well, okay, maybe black is good for tactical situations where you don't want bright white for whatever reason. And so if I did it too tight, I started cutting off his circulation, well then you're going to have to put a second pair on, cut off the first pair, and then basically you're transferring handcuff. All right, but if you don't make a mistake and you start off slow and you get it to where he can't get out, but it's not cutting off his circulation, then you did it well. And then finally, I have a pair that's much larger. What's this for? Well, maybe it is for bigger people. Nick's pretty buffed, he's pretty big, so I may need a bigger pair. Now, you can see that even the regular size work pretty well, but these are designed for feet, to secure the feet together. And I'll demonstrate on Nick again. I'll have him down on the floor and I'll basically show you how that works. So Nick is on the ground in a prone face down position, and now I have the one specifically designed for the feet. You have him raise up his feet towards the sky, or you may have to force it if he's still uncooperative. You slip it on, and of course he has on footwear, right? So slip it on, do the other one, and you've got it. But again, you may not have a second pair with you, so don't be so fast in pulling it and tightening it up until you know it's not cutting off his circulation. Do it slow, that way you never have to cut him off. Because if you cut off his circulation and he doesn't have blood flowing through there, you are responsible for his safety. Last thing you want is the doctor amputating his foot and you're liable for it. So, making a citizen's arrest, you got to think about liability as well. And of course, if I need to cut it off, I need to carry a knife with me, or I need a pair of paramedic scissors. So keep all this in mind. And I have to tell you the truth, I don't carry the feet one with me. I don't carry the feet restraints with me because I don't have enough room in my pocket, especially if I'm on board an airplane in a suit or civilian attire. But on the other hand, in my tactical gear, I do carry a few of these with me because I know I may just need it. So that's how you use the nylon cuffs. And I guess it's my 20 years plus of working for the police department and currently as a military police officer where I think about these things even when I'm off duty. And of course for you, civilians, you may end up saving the day simply for restraining a criminal. So until then, be a hard target.